Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. If this is your first time to my channel, I'm Violet and I hope you consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So what you're going to need for this project that we're doing today is one of the shelves from Dollar Tree, and also I'm using 6 of these storage bins from Dollar Tree as well. As you can see, these are the larger ones that have the little designs up front as the flower and butterfly and what have you. So these are the larger ones. I know I've seen, at least at the local Dollar Trees from my area, they have a smaller version of this one as well. So basically it depends on what you want to use this for, what size of box you'll get. But what you're going to do is just remove the interior box and use the paint the outside boxes first. So as you can see, I removed the interior and I'm just painting mine black. Now the shelf that I'm using is from Dollar Tree as well, but if you're going to use maybe a recycled one that you already have at home, or one that you found at a local thrift store or something like that, and it isn't the same color that you're painting your boxes, just go ahead and paint that one right along with all your other boxes as well. So again, I'm using 6 of these boxes just because I thought that was a good amount for what I'm going to be using my storage bin, or so that's why I decided to use 6. But you could add just 4 or even maybe 8 or 10 if you like, just depending again on what you want to use this for and the space that you have. So all I did was paint all the outside of all 6 boxes, and then I just went ahead and let them all dry. Then I'm going to go ahead and start painting the inside of each of these boxes as well black. If you're like me, I'm sure you've seen quite a few different versions of this style of box or storage bin in different areas, maybe on Pinterest or here on YouTube. But I just wanted to share with you the way I made it, just because I thought, maybe it's something that you haven't thought of, or, just to give you different ideas of how to make this. I also have a smaller version of this, more of a farmhouse that I use in my kitchen, that I put, lighters and things like that in. I've even used it in my coffee station area to put different teas in it. So there's different ways of using this kind of decor piece in your home. But this one in particular that I'm making today, I'm going to use it in my craft area. I don't have a craft room, I just have a craft area or space. So I try to use different ways and think of different ways of storing all my craft supplies where it looks nice and tidy, and it all kinds of matches with everything else that's in that area. So I have a larger storage bin that's black. So the colors in this little space that I have are mainly black, white, and gray. So I wanted to keep in those tones. That's why I decided, hey, maybe I'll just make a video and share with you how I'm making this style for my storage craft space area. So as you can see, I painted all the black ones, the outside, all black. Now I'm painting the smaller box, or the drawer part of the box storage bins, white, and I'm painting the inside as well as the outside. Now where the decoration is on each one of these shelves, or storage bins, where I'm holding it from right now, I'm not painting that area because you'll see what I'm going to add in that space in just a minute once everything is dry. But so if you're not going to add anything like I am adding, you can just paint that area and leave it as is if you like the decorative piece that's on the front. But for what I'm doing, I'm going to cover that up, but I decided not to paint it because I felt, you're not going to see that area at all anyway, so why paint it? So I'm just painting the inside and then all the other sides, or of the outside of each one of these boxes. So what I decided to do, since like I said, I use gray, black, and white in this area, I have these stick-on wallpaper squares, that decals that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I decided to use these. So what I did was, once my boxes were dry, I just went in with an X-Acto knife and cut out each one of the sides of the box. Now I do recommend you use each box to cut out the size of it, because some of these boxes are slightly larger than the other ones. So I try to match them as much as I could at the store when I purchased them, but again, they're still a little, some are slightly larger than the other ones. So I would recommend you trace out each one to make sure that the tile that you're cutting out does fit each one of these boxes. So I just did three, traced out three of them first. Then as you can see, I'm just peeling them out off and adding them on to the top of each one of my little drawers or compartments. And now I did decide to go ahead and add some hot glue on the edges of my box just to make sure that the sticky part of this decal does stay on each one of the drawers, since I was worried that with time it would probably peel off or not, because I felt like the decal wasn't as sticky as some of them are. So that's just something that you might want to check while you're cutting. I mean, you can just feel it like when you're peeling it off, if it is sticky enough or not, just to add it on, or to add some hot glue or permanent glue onto each one of the boxes, just to make sure that it stays nice and secure, you know, since you're going to be opening and closing these little boxes. So all I did was just cut them out, and as you can see, I'm just adding the decal into the front part of each one of my drawers. Once I did that, I just let them dry, since I did add a little bit of hot glue. Then I just, using one of these old sanding blocks, and I say old because I didn't want it to scratch the tile or decal. I just wanted to rough and clean up the edges. So that's why I usually keep an older sand block around, just to rough up or clean up any edges that I don't want the scratching of the sand paper on. So I just cleaned up all the edges, and now I'm just going to put them right back into each one of their boxes. And then once I was done with that, I'm going to go ahead and add my handle part, and I decided to go with some pearls. Now I glued them on without painting them or anything, just left them the white color. But after I was done, I really wish I would have painted them black instead of leaving the pearls white, just to make it look more industrial the way I wanted it to. So that's an option. If you're going to use the pearl as a handle, but you don't want it to be the pearl color or white, you can just easily paint these just like you would paint a wooded bead. So that's just something that, you know, I wanted to let you guys know that if I would have done this again, I would have painted it, and maybe I will later on down the line, just maybe, you know, nice and carefully paint each one of the pearls black. But for now, that's the way I left it. Now I did add some popsicle sticks on the bottom of my shelf, or as you can see right there, where I added the E6000, because it isn't leveled since I flipped it over, and I wanted it to be leveled in order for me to add each one of these boxes. So just cut up some popsicle sticks and just keep layering them until it's leveled to the shelf, so you can add your wooden boxes onto your shelf. And then I just added it on each one of the boxes with E6000 and some hot glue. And I'm just going to use two side by side, and then just continue stacking the other four on top. So just add some permanent glue and hot glue to each one of your boxes, and then just start attaching each one, stacking them on top of each other. There's so many different ways you can make this. You can make it farmhouse, more I would say modern, like I'm doing, even more girly if you want to add some ribbons and rubber bands and things like that for a girl's little girl's room. So there's so many ways you can do this. So let me know in the comments how many different ways you've made this, or do you want to make this. So this is the way it looks when it's all completed. So I hope you enjoyed this nice, easy storage DIY home decor piece. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Until next time, you guys stay blessed.